Good morning. Another Monday morning. Weeks fly by, and this little live is about the outcome is not the outcome. Now, we need to really kind of grasp this, because wherever we are in our situations, if that's wanting to lose body fat, if that's feeling really skinny in our bodies and wanting to get bigger just to put on a bit of muscle, whether that's if we're in a poor mental health space and we see there's no hope, we think our situation right now is the outcome. We think that's how life might be. We don't grasp the bigger picture. We need to really focus on our outcome is not being the outcome. Because wherever we want to get to, that's never the final destination. It's never the final destination. And we get so wrapped up in saying, I want to lose 15 pounds of body fat. And we think once we get there, that's going to equal our happiness. That means that's going to make us happy. Which means nothing. Once we get to that point of losing 15 pounds of body fat, which is great, you'll feel more confident in your bodies, most likely. But then if you're always chasing more, you'll never be appreciative of where you are now. So no matter what outcomes we want to have, we're always going to chase more if we never actually appreciate the progress where we are now. And if we think our outcome of losing 15 pounds in body fat, once I get there, then I'll be more confident, I'll be happier. Not necessarily true, because you'll always push for more. You'll always, once you get to that point, you'll be like, right, what next? And once we can focus on this whole perspective of the outcome is not the outcome, it can really help our mental health. Because where you are right now, if you're really struggling, that's not how it is going to be forever. But only if you can help yourself in terms of seeking out some help, opening up, talking to someone, making any little sign of pushing forward. It only might feel like it's never improving because we're not seeking this help, we're not seeking this advice. And one thing I really learnt when I was going through my mental health issues was understanding that once I did eventually speak up and opened up, my outcome where I was, I knew it wasn't going to be like that forever, because that opening up gave me that little bit of hope and thinking my situation will improve, not thinking, is this how it's going to be forever? And that tiny little mindset shift just by reaching out to someone, it gave me belief. And that's something we seriously lack when we're going on a mental health journey. We lack that belief, and we think what our life is right now, that's how it's always going to be. And that is one of the issues with kind of not opening up with your mental health. You think that is your situation forever. So once you understand the outcome is not the outcome, there is always hope. That it doesn't, people grow at different times, people make decisions at different times. Just because your mates, your mate's earning more money than you, your mate's got a better job than you, they've grown at a different time. They've grown at different stages. Doesn't necessarily mean that you're not gonna kind of earn that sort of money. Doesn't mean that you're not gonna earn that at all. Just means that you're growing at a different time. So we need to be so focused, or we are usually so focused on, oh God, this is how it's gonna be forever. It's never like that. It is never like that. And with your health and fitness journeys, if you're thinking your situation is how it's going to be forever, it's not. It only will be if we just don't take action. And that's the pinnacle of it. We just got to really focus on not being too, how would you put this, too reflective. We need to think less and do more. Because we overthink What if this could go wrong? What if that could go wrong? Adopting kind of those what if statements, thinking about the future. And if we always adopt that, it's actually always going to stop us from progressing forward anyway. So the outcome is not the outcome. It's a really helpful way of actually knowing to yourself that it will always be okay. It will always be okay. And that's quite an empowering thing to know, that everything turns out okay. You know, if we think all the stuff we've gone through in life, all the rubbish we've gone through in life, no matter what it is, no matter what's going on in your life, you're still here, you still pull through, even when you sometimes think that you might not have, that you think it all might have capitulated and made your life horrible and, you know, misery, you're still here. And if you can get through these things that you think weren't possible, you can get through anything. It will always be okay. And once you realise this, you know, it's quite powerful. No matter how rubbish life might seem to feel, but if you're here, it'll always be okay. That little voice in your head, if that little voice in your head tells you it'll always be okay, then you've got this. So the outcome is never the outcome. Whether you're on a health and fitness journey, or you're trying to lose body fat, and you're thinking, oh God, you know, even if you lose those 15 pounds, I'm telling you now, if you think losing those 15 pounds is you then suddenly becoming, you know, a happy and you, it doesn't work like that. Because if you're not connected to those numbers, you'll always chase more. Because you can lose those 15 pounds and you can be extremely proud of your progress, which is amazing, and you can be, I really earned that, you know, and from where I've come, I've absolutely nailed it, and I'm proud of where I've come and what I've learned about myself, and that is amazing. But then you don't get everyone like that. You get people who get that 15 pounds and they're still not happy. Yet they made all that same progress, they've learned a lot about themselves, but because they're not connected to those numbers, they think this isn't it. And they'll never be happy with what they've done and how far they've come. So that's what I mean by the outcome is not the outcome. Because there's no final destination at the end of the day. There's no final destination. So when you're trying to lose body fat, there's never a final destination. When you're trying to put on muscle, there is never a final destination. So don't think there's a final destination that will suddenly create all this happiness, because it doesn't. And that's not me trying to demoralise people, that's me trying to appreciate ourselves more for the journey that we go on. We're trying to lose body fat. Same with our mental health. If you open up to someone, that is amazing progress. That is huge. And you might not think that you're still getting better, but considering you might have not even done that before and you suddenly opened up, opening up is huge progress to not opening up. Opening up and talking to someone else, huge progress. Getting that snowball effect going. Going to see a therapist. You know, it might seem terribly daunting at the time, but the fact that you've been brave enough to go and see a therapist, that is amazing. That is huge progress. And that is going to get you better, guaranteed, if you find the right therapist. Therapy, you might not find them on the first time or the second time, but if you find a right therapist, you will get better. And things will always be okay. So the outcome you are in right now is not the outcome. I can promise you that. So that's just something to really reflect on, because if we're always chasing this set outcome to think this is going to make us happy, it doesn't work like that. And that's us as humans being very harsh on ourselves, not focusing on the progress we make, and actually realising it is a never-ending journey. Even when, so I don't have anxiety or depression anymore, but I'm now more proactive than ever with my mental health. Because it doesn't just mean that I'm going to be mental health free, mental health issues free for the rest of my life. It doesn't work like that. So the outcome is just never the outcome. Don't think there is a final destination, because if you think there's a final destination, you'll never be truly happy in where you are right now. So admit or appreciate your progress right now and how far you've come, and just understand that there is no final destination in where there's this sudden just field of happiness, because it doesn't work like that. Anyway, hope that helps, ladies and gents. Appreciate your progress in the here, in the now, and don't think there's a final destination of happiness, because once you start appreciating that how far you've come from, your mental health will clear up, in terms of you'll actually appreciate the journey you're coming on in order to feel your happier self. And also with your fat loss journey, health and fitness journey, you appreciate from where you've come from, the progress you made, and not thinking that you'll be connected to your achievements once you start to really push forward. Thank you, ladies and gents. Hope you enjoyed that, and see you on Wednesday.